So, you learned the Ukrainian alphabet from your textbook. You are feeling pretty good about it. And then you see real Ukrainian handwriting for the first time, and it looks like an unbreakable secret code. This isn't just another alphabet lesson. This is the guide that bridges the gap between the neat, tidy letters in your book and the living, breathing script that Ukrainians use every single day. By the end of this video, you'll finally be able to see the clues in the cursive and understand what the locals are writing. You've put in the work to learn 33 letters of the Ukrainian alphabet. You can probably read a menu, a street sign, or a news headline without too much trouble. But the moment you get a birthday card from a Ukrainian friend or try to read a handwritten note, it all falls apart. I want you to know this is a completely normal part of the journey. The problem isn't that Ukrainian cursive is impossible. It's that nobody prepared you for it. The good news is, if you already know the printed alphabet, you are so much closer to cracking this code than you think. We'll focus on the letters that transform the most. So, what exactly makes Ukrainian cursive so intimidating? The heart of the issue is the huge difference in shape for a handful of key letters. Think of it like this. Printed letters are like individual bricks. Cursive letters are more like a flowing signature, where everything is connected and the shape of one letter melts into the next. For almost every learner, the two biggest shocks to the system are the printed T and D. Their cursive forms look almost nothing like the block letters you memorized. The cursive T is a dead ringer for English M, and the cursive D usually looks like a lowercase English cursive G. Alright, let's get into the heart of the confusion. The combination of the letters E, L, and M. This is probably the single biggest hurdle for most learners. Let's break them down. The letter E in cursive looks a lot like a lowercase English U. It's two vertical strokes connected by a smooth curve at the bottom. The letter L in cursive is a bit like a learning pointed triangle. An upward stroke, a sharp peak, and then a downward stroke. The letter M in cursive is very similar to L, but with two peaks instead of one. The problem happens when they are all next to each other. A word like lemon can turn into a sea of similar shapes. So, what's the secret to telling them apart? It all comes down to the connections. And most importantly, the starting stroke. The key to spotting L and M is the small but vital introductory hook at the bottom. Notice how the standard cursive M and L begin with a little curve or hook that starts from the baseline before sweeping up into the main part of the letter. That little hook is your signal. It tells you that the next shape is L or M and not E, which starts its first stroke from the top. When you see a word that looks like a bunch of waves, your first job is to hunt for those tiny starting hooks on the baseline. If you see one, you know you are looking at L or M. If you don't, and the stroke clearly starts from the top, you are almost certainly looking at E. Now, in very fast or messy handwriting, this can get blurry, but in standard cursive, this is the number one clue. Beyond the wavy lines, there are a few other key letters whose cursive forms are masters of disguise. First up is H. The printed H is a simple right angle. In cursive, however, it's often a simple, slightly carved downstroke or hook. When you see a single, uncomplicated downstroke, connecting two letters, there is a good chance it's ha. The next one is da. The printed da looks like a little house. The cursive da looks almost exactly like a lowercase English G with a loop that goes below the line. There is basically zero visual connection between the printed and cursive forms. This is one you just have to memorize through brute force. Finally, let's talk about ta. In cursive, it looks like a lowercase English m. This is a huge point of confusion. The standard cursive ta has three vertical elements connected at the top. By the way, if this breakdown is helping you and you are finally starting to see the patterns in the chaos, consider supporting the channel through the Buy Me a Coffee link in the description below. It's a super simple way to say thank you, and it genuinely helps me to dedicate more time to creating detailed, practical lessons just like this one. Now let's back to it and turn you into a confident reader. The absolute way to get better at reading cursive is to start writing it yourself. When you train your own hand to make the shapes, you are writing those patterns directly into your brain. Alright, it's time to put your new decoding skills to the test. I'm going to put 3 handwritten Ukrainian words on the screen. I want you to pause the video and try to decipher them using the strategies we just talked about. Don't panic if they are not immediately obvious. Pause the video now and give it your best shot. When you think you got them, write your answers down in the comments below. I'd love to see how you did. Remember, even just recognizing 1-2 letters in each word is a huge win. Ukrainian cursive is a skill, and like any skill, it gets easier with consistent practice. If this lesson was helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future videos. Thanks for learning with me today. See you soon. Bye-bye.